Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining and welcome back to Wall Street Silver. Our guest today is my very good friend, Yvonne Blaszczyk, President and CEO of BMG Group. Welcome back, Yvonne.
Thank you very much, Ivan. It's wonderful to be back.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have you on. Like last time we had you on, we were talking about, all the things that's happening with in the BRICS and the gold and silver market. But now there's some pretty crazy developments that happened. I'm going to start it off, I guess, with just what's concerning you in the markets right now, Yvonne.
Actually, I'm embracing the marketplace.
Oh,
For
really?
gold, it's fantastic. Everything that has happened so far is what was predictable. As I spoke with you just before the elections, we knew that election will prompt some fluctuation in gold, up or down, depending who is winning, depending
Right.
what kind of policies are being proposed. So that's it was just a slight, correction as expected. And of course, now the gold is going up because of the new tensions and the developments in between Russia and Ukraine. There is a lot of fear out there. People are speaking about World War III. People are, afraid of any kind of retaliation or perhaps, using, nuclear weapons. So that's creating issues. Um, Essentially, it's a very good environment for everyone to appreciate gold and understand its role in not only in the financial system, but in our own sort of a microeconomic system in our own households.
Yeah.
Um, the other thing we spoke about BRICS nations and they are challenging US dollar. As a matter of fact, some people were cashing their US accounts and buying gold.
Really?
Canada, because they don't have to then worry about the exchange rate.
Right, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's kind of to expected. Plus, there is a fear of the kind of escalation of the and perhaps beyond the borders of Ukraine, of the conflict, uh, involvement of Britain and France and NATO to some degree with the great opposition of other NATO countries creates just the internal conflicts there that all adds to appreciation of gold
Yeah.
and its stability, not only as a safe haven, but also as an alternative to alleviate certain economic pressures. There's a school of thought that many times when they military conflicts occur or political conflicts, usually it's follow the money,
Right.
follow the different equation of gain and loss.
Right.
Gold is a very stable factor, and it has been money for 5,000 years, always stable, always there, and never goes to zero.
Are you seeking a secure, truly offshore solution to protect your wealth? Whether you're invested in gold, silver, or other precious metals, strategic wealth preservation is the strategic storage choice. Located in the Cayman Islands, SWP offers a state-of-the-art 6,000 square foot facility, purpose-built to safeguard your assets with unparalleled security and privacy. Why choose the Cayman Islands? This premier jurisdiction has zero taxes on stored precious metals, no reporting requirements, and complete peace of mind, making it the ideal solution for investors looking to diversify internationally. At SWP, your metals are fully segregated, allocated, and insured. You can buy online or in person. Plus, SWP has a dedicated logistics team that facilitates the global transportation of your precious metals from almost anywhere in the world. Learn more about SWP and how they can help secure your precious metals offshore. Visit swpcayman.com or call them today, and the link will be in the description below. Thanks.
Never is a has many attributes that um, uh, are not really visible or appreciated by average person until there is some major conflict like war,
Right.
revolution, some cataclysm, then people think about that. So the way I look at it is actually very interesting because I was trying to appreciate what my colleagues and other people are thinking of gold, where we're going with gold. The fact is that the BRICS countries are embracing, or proposing the unit currency, which could be a game changer in terms of the fiat currency. maybe United States will embrace gold in the future.
Maybe not these central banks.
Well, central banks are buying gold like
R-
there's no
Right,
tomorrow.
right,
So,
right. You're
so
right.
they are embracing. They are in love with gold.
Right,
They
right.
are, but I'm speaking about the returning to perhaps partial gold standards or incorporating gold back elements in the financial system,
Do you think the US, do you think the
currency
US,
system.
do you think they can do it right now, Yvonne? If like, let's say in the next 5, 10 years, the US say, you know what, we're going to incorporate gold and some type of gold backing. Can they even do it?
I think they have to. They have to do that. Now, can they do it? It depends how much reserve they have. What is the
Right.
production of gold? Also, there's another political configuration. Many countries that they are our kind of on the opposite side,
Yeah.
politically, economically and otherwise, they have huge reserves of gold. So should the US embrace gold in their financial system, in the currency system, in some form, they're going to give it a boost to a gold price. That
Right.
means the countries like North Korea and other ones, China, will become very powerful because of their reserves. If United States has enough reserve or can get increase the reserve, then that's a huge, that would be, great move. But will that really
Right.
occur? The future is uncertain. The global landscape is getting a more conflicting, and if it doesn't, the media is alarming people. Depends whom you listen to, what you read. People are repeating the old cliches continuously. Nobody wants to move from their position.
Right.
Yes, it is a human nature being resistant to change or not being flexible, but it's becoming ideological. So the economic consequences are based on ideological beliefs and geographical, I think not diversity, but geographical differences.
Right. Absolutely.
So when I look at the BRICS countries, they have a lot of commonality. They have a commonality, sentimental, ideological in many ways. They also have an ideology that is anti-Western world,
Right.
our world, from the cultural, religious to all different ones. So basically, those countries have a other system of beliefs that will propel their policy or their actions or their reactions. They also want to be independent. They're looking for alternative.
Right.
Right now, over 30 countries either a formally applied or expressed interest in joining BRICS.
That's a lot of countries. That's what how
Huge.
you said it was 40% of the global population?
Well, right now they have 46% of global population.
Wow.
And now they have about around 30% of global GDP. They have a 40, maybe 4%. There are kind of estimates of oil production. And also they have cornered the export markets.
Right.
And they have a huge possibility of trading with each other and excluding the Western world.
Like you're talking about China, Russia having that
China,
incredible export.
Russia,
Yeah. All the
well,
30 country, all the 30
Southeast
countries.
Asia, Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Turkey, even is Algeria. This is a Muslim countries, Indonesia, Nigeria, all those countries either express interest or they want to have alternative system for international trade.
Right.
Uh, I was thinking about some interesting things like the tariffs.
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah.
I said, actually, it's a pretty good idea to actually be able to generate some revenue and also create a domestic market.
What if
But
they
that
stop, sorry for cutting you off, Yvonne. What if they stop sending goods? Like let's say Donald Trump puts
they will
on
not
very
stop
high.
sending goods. China has 4% growth. They have to.
Ah, okay.
China will be extremely motivated and excited to open their factories and play and different I don't know businesses in US.
Right.
Avoid the tariffs, but at the same time have a better access to the market. And I was thinking about it differently. I
Yeah.
thought, something, maybe this is something a modern colonialism, modern colonial system. You know how colonial system was based? First, you enter the country. In the old
Right.
system, you enter the country to exploit the resources.
Right.
Then you create a society that creates
Uh-huh.
their own identity, and
Uh-huh.
they dominate government and institutions, and then you have a country.
Right.
Now the modern one is different. If let's say China comes to US, so
They
they will
come
enter the country.
right, right, right.
In the
Yes.
country, okay. Yes, they will provide the employment. They will not exploit the economy. They will add to economy.
Like through the goods and
Yes,
export.
with the goods and but at the same time, they will create a society,
Right.
a system of beliefs. And if they are able to dominate government and institutions, uh, we maybe perhaps should start learning Mandarin.
Maybe in the future, absolutely.
I don't know. This is a kind of, not here nor there, but it is the proposed economic changes are going to be very good. I think the reduction in taxes, all those things that are being proposed, I think, are embraced by Americans,
Absolutely.
are, I think, embraced by a lot of people, but they also present fear for others that ideologically are opposed. Sometimes fear is irrational.
Right.
So, but it is good for gold either way. Now, the escalation and the just recent decision by President Biden to allow the use of American missiles, and Britain and France, France didn't do that yet, but Britain did it,
It's
escalate
crazy.
tensions. So some people say, my God, that's a parting gift from President Biden, but not necessarily. Those kind of things, perhaps is they grab everybody's attention. And
Right.
yes, today, Russia or Putin sent a hypersonic missile,
I seen that.
which cannot be caught so fast, so amazing.
Yeah.
Uh, so my thinking is that perhaps Russia is not as weak as we think.
No, they're just not using everything
They
in
are
their,
not
yeah.
using it, hiding it. And if you had a country, I would keep up my best thing hidden. I
Oh,
will get
absolutely.
conscripts. I will get people that you feel, and anything that is disposable. At the same time, you will learn how your opposition, what do they have,
Right. You're
to
studying
what
your
degree.
opposition. They're probably just studying NATO and everything on
Oh,
the
oh,
battlefield.
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
the technology. So they are
Yeah.
there. There's a continuous race. So will that result in World War III? I don't think so. However, it may be a war, tactical. They may be destroying a power grids.
Well, I think the escalation just keeps going up. You see the US now using their bombs, their long-range missiles to hit Russia out of Ukraine. Now today you see Putin use hypersonic missiles. You never know what's going to happen next week and the week after that, and it just keep escalating.
Absolutely. But when you think about that, Russia is a very large country.
Oh yeah.
Even the long-range missiles will not hit all the hidden factories or the deposits of weapons under the Ural Mountains.
Right.
So that's there. That's huge, and so at the same time, the Europe is extremely vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Extremely, even a limited a war, let's say tactical without nuclear weapons, will be a distraction, economic and in human lives.
Right.
Um, So it is very dangerous. There, people will be turning to gold. What is safe? They will be turning to look for a safe places to live.
Yeah.
People are going to be a very, very concerned, but that will impede the economy, the growth, and basically impoverished people that are dependent on each other for energy, for economy. At the same time, the US, with their current proposed um, policies and plans, they may become energy independent.
Yeah. You're
They have
absolutely
enough
right.
resources, so there may be another aspect of it that we don't see.
Right. We
Maybe
just have
there's
to
a
wait.
strength in that. Maybe there's a strength in that.
Right.
Someone else, they cannibalize themselves down there, 2,000 miles away, and here we are rebuilding. And sometimes to rebuild something new, you have to start from scratch. You have to go to the fundamentals. You have
Yeah.
those kind of things. I still do believe that gold is going to be 3,000 dollars very soon. I cannot guarantee this is going to be by the New Year's Eve. But if it is, please open a bottle of champagne for me.
Absolutely. And I want everyone who's watching right now, I want them to connect with you guys at BMG and you as well, Yvonne. How can people find you guys? Where can they find you?
Very, very easy. You just look at our website, BMG Group. And you are going to post the basically our coordinates
Yeah,
at
I'll
the
put the
program.
links. I'll put the
You
links
can
in the
call us
description.
anytime.
Yeah.
Also, something else, we do not have premiums on our gold.
This
We
is
just
this is
charge a
huge.
processing fee. And you know that gold coins are the legal tender.
Right.
Therefore, in Canada, they're exempt from HST and GST.
Yeah, absolutely. In Canada,
So
but not in Europe, right? Not in Europe?
uh, each country has their own regulations on that.
Right.
But generally speaking, the gold selling is only the capital gains kind of
Tax.
taxed or has that kind of perhaps in some countries, I don't know, some of them, people. But plus, gold trades are so um, confidential.
Right.
It is impossible to control that.
Yeah.
That's why the sanctions against Russia, China, or some other countries were never did not affect the gold trade.
No, it didn't
Gold
affect.
trade,
Yeah.
exactly. So also in any of those countries, people really believe in gold. They understand gold.
Yeah.
We
The
are just
fundamentals.
fundamental. We are just getting there. I read or I see a lot of predictions analysis, and basically everyone is still a somewhat have a resistance to gold. However, public sentiment is pro gold.
Oh,
I
for
see
sure.
where people look at it as fantastic. From it just in the recent, 30% in 1 year
Wow, really?
of increase in gold price. So
Wow.
that eliminates, like even with our mutual funds, if you don't have 20, and I'm talking US dollars, $2,700 or 2,600 right now with 80 or 70 or 60, you can buy a unit of a mutual fund with our company for a few bucks.
Yeah, that's
And you have a
fantastic.
real gold. Each unit has a corresponding amount of gold stored in a private vault so it's extremely palatable for people and very attractive.
And no
So
premium. No premium is a huge thing.
no
Like that's
premium is
very nice.
there is some fee because you see
Yeah,
the spot price is there is a variation because producers or the mills they have some fee, but we charge only very little processing fee
right.
basically, and of course storage the private vaults is extremely safe and it's insured allocated basis. So our gold is the best you can get, the purest. And of course, we are members of LBMA, so we are using the refineries and
Wow.
the vaults that are part of that. I think standard that is very important because as people are turning to gold, people will be buying things that are not gold. They'll be
Right.
buying things that I don't know. So to be safe and secure, you have to look to companies like ours. And we are regulated, as you know, by Ontario Securities Commission uh, uh, for our mutual funds. And
Right,
our
right.
ethical division is, of course, not regulated, but we keep to the highest standards. And we've been in business for 20 years, over 20 years.
Wow.
And our clients globally, you can store gold. You can call us today. We'll give you a quote. You actually then will receive your product, and you can say, "I would like to have a store in London, in UK."
Wow,
Not
that's so cool.
you can, and then if it's stored, oh, I want to sell it. Give us a phone call. It's sold
Wow.
at
No,
the
that's
current
that's
price.
that's
So
that's incredible.
so that's it's amazing. But we are right now living a renaissance of gold, and we are witnessing it. But also at the same time, I think politically, and I think mentioned when you look at the map of the world
Right.
or when you see how the BRICS countries expanded like a horseshoe around us.
Yeah, you can see it's starting to surround like 45, 46% of the global population. That's no
But
joke.
a geographic location, when you go from Asia, Africa, South America, is actually pretty interesting if you can analyze it. That's I think U.S. is going to a perhaps has a formula for the renaissance of their
Right.
dominance if they include, I think, gold in some ways in their monetary system, in their currency system. Um, there's also an issue of we don't know should this conflict right now in Russia and Ukraine escalate further, what will happen?
Oh yeah, I believe it will
Uh,
escalate further.
what will happen if a couple of satellites are knocked off?
Oh yeah, that's right. That'll be even more crazy.
What will happen to Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Well, but if you have gold from us, and you don't have to bury it in your backyard, private safe. And I think they have a manual way to get to the locks without, electricity. They have probably power generators and things like that. I mean, when you think like about this, it's a you have a different perspective.
right.
So gold is a wealth preservation for average person, their own wealth. And I mentioned that before,
Yeah.
to maintain what they have, not to lose what they have. A lot of people have savings, and yes, typically there are in the typical forms of investments that are traditional. But at the same time, I think it's wise to have a portion in actual physical gold, physical bullion, and silver as well. Silver is going to take off as well
Yeah,
very soon.
I absolutely agree with that. I think yeah, it'll both play in hand. I'm absolutely going to add all the links to BMG in the description below. I really want everyone to go check out the website, go check out Yvonne, connect with BMG. And yeah, as the market develops, I know there's crazy stuff going on in the next year, in the next 2 to 3 months. So I would absolutely love to have you back on, Yvonne.
I'll definitely be back. Also, I should mention something else.
Yes,
I should mention that all the escalations, all the conflicts in the world, and I'm talking about Middle East as well,
right.
going to create a new paradigm. And there is a paradigm shift from west to east. But perhaps some of the changes within US will preserve their dominance. But
Like if they have the gold backed and if
if they
they
have a
do
gold-backed
introduce something.
currency and if they do some other changes that are important. Now,
Right.
instead of alliances, it's very easy to build alliance politically, militarily. Economically, it's more complex.
Absolutely.
We still have to trade with the rest of the world. They have to trade with us. So in some way, a lot of the conflicts is like something that is another layer that takes our attention for what's really going on,
Yeah,
what really
absolutely.
happening. And but I'm all for safety. I'm all for having a beautiful, happy life.
Yeah.
And I also at this time would like to take opportunity to wish you and your all your listeners
Oh.
very happy and prosperous, full of gold, 2025.
Oh, thank you.
And please, every time you look at anything you read or you listen to any news, you have to really look at the bigger picture that this is just a grain of sand on the beach.
Yeah.
A lot of other things are playing, rather things are happening at the same time, and a lot of factors, a lot of variables affect gold, affect money, affect your lives. So it's very important to understand how to protect yourself, how to have a peace of mind that
Right.
no matter what happens, you still have enough residual value to protect your family and the way things are right now, people are getting wealthy. People are getting wealthy on gold. Someone asked me something. Ah, did they were worrying? Well, buying gold is so expensive per ounce. Why now? Well, it's going
Right.
to be more expensive. There are predictions they will go to $10,000, 4,000. There are all sorts of predictions. They're just predictions. There are so many variables, so we don't know how high it will go. But the value of it will grow
Yeah.
and may surprise all of us. We wake up in the morning and suddenly you maybe have a huge windfall. At the same time, please do not be scared or alarmed by fluctuations. Gold
Absolutely.
will always go up and down. When people look on the daily changes, they will have a nervous breakdown and they will never secure themselves. You have to look at the picture. Yes, you have to know those things, but you have to look at the bigger picture and
Right.
some appropriate time frame.
Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely nailed it, Yvonne. Like, is what a breath of fresh air having you come down to Wall Street Silver. Everyone watching, please go check out BMG. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Please comment what you think gold and silver prices are going to be from now in the next 2, 3 months. And Yvonne, thank you so much for coming down to Wall Street
You're very
Silver.
welcome. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Talk to you soon.
No, thank you, Stories.